The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most strategically important waterways in the world. Located between Iran and Oman, it connects the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman and ultimately the Arabian Sea. Though narrow in width, the Strait of Hormuz carries immense global significance. It is often described as the world's most important oil choke point, through which a significant portion of global energy supply flows every day. Its importance goes far beyond geography. It lies at the center of global economics, military, strategy, and geopolitical tension. Historical background: the Strait of Hormuz has been significant for centuries. Historically, it served as a vital trade route linking the Middle East, South Asia, and East Africa. Ancient civilizations used this passage for transporting goods such as spices, textiles, and precious materials. During the colonial era, European powers, particularly the Portuguese and later the British, recognized its strategic importance. Control over the strait meant control over regional trade and influence. In the modern era, especially after the discovery of oil in the 20th century, its importance increased dramatically. The rise of oil economies in Gulf countries transformed the Strait of Hormuz into a global energy lifeline. Geographical and strategic importance. The Strait of Hormuz is relatively narrow, about 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point, with shipping lanes even narrower. This makes it a classic choke point, meaning a small disruption can have massive global consequences. Key features: connects major oil-producing countries to global markets, serves as the primary export route for Gulf oil, easily monitored and potentially controlled due to its narrowness. Countries heavily dependent on this route include Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Qatar. Economic importance. The Strait of Hormuz is crucial for the global economy. Key facts: around 20% of the world's oil supply passes through it daily. Also a major route for liquefied natural gas, LNG, especially from Qatar. Essential for energy security in Asia, Europe, and beyond. Impact of disruption. If the strait is blocked or disrupted, oil prices could skyrocket, global inflation could rise, supply chains could collapse, economies could face severe shocks. Critical insight: this is not just a regional issue. It is a global economic pressure point. Military and strategic significance. The Strait of Hormuz is heavily militarized. The United States maintains a strong naval presence in the region to ensure freedom of navigation. At the same time, Iran has significant control over the northern side of the strait and has repeatedly demonstrated its ability to threaten or disrupt shipping. Military dynamics. U.S. Fifth Fleet operates in nearby waters. Iran uses fast boats, mines, and missile systems, frequent naval exercises and patrols. Strategic reality: even without a full-scale war, tension alone can disrupt shipping and raise global concerns. Role in U.S.-Iran tensions. The Strait of Hormuz is central to the conflict between the United States and Iran. Iran has at times threatened to close the strait in response to sanctions or military pressure. For the United States and its allies, keeping the strait open is a top priority. This creates a dangerous dynamic. Iran uses the strait as leverage. The U.S. views any disruption as a serious threat. Critical question: is the strait a defensive tool for Iran or a strategic pressure point used in geopolitical negotiations? Global significance. The importance of the Strait of Hormuz extends far beyond the Middle East. Impact on Asia. Countries like China, India, Japan, and South Korea rely heavily on oil passing through the strait. Impact on Europe. European economies depend on stable energy supplies, many of which pass through this route. Impact on global markets. Any instability in the strait immediately affects global oil prices and financial markets. Key insight: the Strait of Hormuz is not just a regional waterway, it is a global lifeline. Major concerns and risks. 1. Risk of blockade. One of the biggest fears is that the strait could be blocked. Iran has the capability to lay naval mines, use missile attacks, target oil tankers. Even a temporary disruption could have massive consequences. 2. Military escalation. High military presence increases the risk of accidental conflict. A small incident could escalate into a larger confrontation. 3. Economic instability. Global markets are highly sensitive to events in the strait. Even rumors of disruption can cause price volatility, market panic, economic uncertainty. 4. Environmental risks. Conflict or accidents in the strait could lead to oil spills. This would have devastating environmental impacts on marine life and coastal regions. 5. Strategic dependency. The world's reliance on a single choke point is itself a risk. Efforts are being made to find alternative routes, but none fully replace the Strait of Hormuz. Alternative routes and limitations. Some countries have attempted to reduce dependence on the strait. Saudi Arabia has pipelines to the Red Sea. UAE has alternative export routes. However, these alternatives have limited capacity. They cannot fully replace the strait. Geopolitical analysis. The Strait of Hormuz is a perfect example of how geography shapes politics. Iran's position gives it strategic leverage. The U.S. presence ensures global access. Regional rivalries add complexity. This creates a balance of power, but also constant tension. Critical questions. Can the global economy reduce dependence on this choke point? Is military presence stabilizing the region or increasing risk? Can diplomacy ensure long-term security of the strait? What happens if a major conflict erupts in the region? Future outlook. The future of the Strait of Hormuz depends on several factors: U.S.-Iran relations, regional stability in the Middle East, global energy transitions, development of alternative energy routes. As the world gradually shifts toward renewable energy, the importance of oil may decrease. But for now, the strait remains critical. Conclusion. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important and most vulnerable locations on Earth. It represents economic lifeline, strategic leverage, geopolitical tension. Its stability is essential not just for the Middle East, but for the entire world. Final thought. The Strait of Hormuz may look like just a narrow stretch of water on a map, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful pressure points in global politics. And the question remains, what happens if that pressure is ever released?